Friday, the 2nd of January in the year 2026. And this is directly from the shelter in Kiev, Radio Shelter. A fantastic year to all of you, and may the music prevail, as it always should. 2026, we are there. We welcome you in our shelter radio studio, where we play for you every Friday evening at 10 o'clock Ukrainian time the most special and beautiful songs from the 50s till today, but always with a strong melody. Directly from Kiev, we ask Marina, resident of Kiev, how she manages to survive the wartime. And we give a small story with each song we play. Enjoy Radio Shelter, the only radio station from a shelter in Kiev. Invincible. I like to start with a simple, straight song, making reference to our station. All I ever need is you. Sonny and Cher.
Sometimes when I'm down and all alone, oh, just like a child without a home, the love you give me keeps me hanging on. Oh, honey, all I ever need is you. You're my first love, you're my last. You're my future, you're my past. And loving you is all I ask, honey. All I ever need is you. Winters come and they go, and we watch the melting snow. Sure as summer follows spring, all the things you do give me a reason to build my world around you. Come and follow rainbows, I am told. Some men search for silver, some for gold. I have found my treasure in your soul, honey. All I ever need is you. Without love I'd never find the way through ups and downs of every single day. I won't sleep at night until you say, my honey, all I ever need is you. Oh, honey, honey. My honey, honey. The night until you say, my honey.
Sonny and Cher with All I Ever Need Is You. I think a good song to start the evening with. As the title already indicates, it is a sort of love declaration. And in the early 70s, it was seen a choice by the free will of people. Popular item at that time. The song is written by a well-known writer, Jimmy Webb, and together with Michael Gentle. Jimmy was a famous American songwriter, and he wrote, for instance, Wichita Lineman, sung by Glenn Campbell, and he wrote MacArthur Park. Always a bit strange when they say that the song represents the feelings of Sonny and Cher, where they did not write the song. It reached number 7 in the USA and number 6 in Canada, and was a sort of comeback after Sonny and Cher became a bit less popular after their big successes in the 60s. It was linked to their very popular television comedy show. In 1975, Sonny and Cher divorced, and the title of the song became obscure. Sonny and Cher got together in '64 and stayed popular also thanks to their comedy show until '74. And then Cher left Sonny. She felt misused and not respected by him. Cher became the top performer we all know, and Sonny became mayor of Palm Springs and died in 98 from a skiing accident. Let's go to Marina in downtown Kiev. Hi, Marina. How are you tonight?
Hi, Tony. I like to start with wishing all listeners of Radio Shelter a very good 2026. And although we ask for it now a number of years, we would so much that it would be more peaceful than the year behind us. That was a dreadful year. Dark, violent, bombings every day, cold, and zero perspective. Can it get worse? According to the Russians, it will get worse if we do not give a lot of our own land to them. I do not see any progress in the so-called peace talks when one part is very optimistic and the other does not even talk and wants only war. 2026 begins in minor, but how strange it might seem to you, I worry most about the temperature as it became rather cold here in Kyiv, with minus 13 degrees at night, and sometimes quite some wind. And it is not only cold and dark without electricity, but also the public transport is having problems with the cold, and then we have a real problem. Sometimes I wish there was more climate change and cold would be less. A joke, of course, as we all have to be very careful with the climate. It seems next week will be less cold and freezes, only 8 degrees. Still not the Côte d'Azur in France, but better than minus 13. But I am a positive person, and I cannot help but thinking it will be a better year than 2025. Bells of peace or the bells of freedom, I have not heard them for such a long time. Maybe we will hear them this new year. Nothing left of all those old dance parties in the New Year's night. We have to do it with small groups and at home. But I did. And it feels also good in a way, as you know, that beginning in the war together also gives a strong feeling of being friends and comrades. I hope it stays after the war. Maybe it was some New Year's complaining, but the listeners can be sure I be optimistic, as can be this year, and shout the peace feeling into the city of Kyiv. 2026, the year of a positive change. And of course, a very good year to you, Tony, and everyone at Radio Shelter. Bye, Tony.
Okay, Marina, thanks. And may 2026 be good for you. Our second song for tonight is Consortium with All the Love in the World.
Baby, you bring out the sweet in life. You've got everything I need. All the love in the world I would give. All the love in the world just to love you, baby. You give the sun reason to shine. You make this life of mine a dream. All the love in the world I would give. All the love in the world just to love you. All the love in the world. All the love in the world. I'd give it all for you to stay with me. out the sweet in life. You've got everything I need. All the love in the world I would give. All the love in the world just to love you. All the love in the world. All the love in the world. I give it all to you. I'd give my life to find a way to make the love last longer, to make the love last longer, to make it meaning every way. I give it all to you. I give my life to find a way.
All the Love in the World Consortium, a friendly and nice song from 1970, written by at that time top composers Roger Greenaway and Geoff Simpson, professional British writers that wrote a song and gave it to agents, record companies, and so on to see who would take it. In this case, it was the Consortium, a British group with perfect voices, a friendly image, and they had no one within the group to write songs. So they took this one. And they made it into a hit, a world hit. Number 5 in the UK. Of course, this soft pop song has no deeper meaning than a positive approach towards love. It became their only hit, and again a one-hit wonder group. Difficult to say why they did not succeed in more hit songs, but they had no frontman, so their identity became vague. Also, they got internal problems and had a change of the members. And as it goes so often, no succeeding hit gave irritation in the group about the direction to follow. And so they break up in 1974. Still, the song is often played as it is a positive, nice song and done beautifully. A song from Holland now, Still in Mij, van Dick Hout.
Kom bij me zitten, sla je arm om me heen en hou me stevig vast. Al die gezichten, bekend maar beleefd of ik een vreemde was. En vanavond toont het leven zijn ware gezicht. Kom bij me liggen, sla je lijf om me heen, ik heb het koud gehad. We moeten winnen, de schijn is gemeen, het wordt van ons verwacht. En vanavond toont de liefde haar ware gezicht. En het is zo stil in mij, ik heb nergens woorden voor. Het is zo stil in mij en de wereld draait maar door. Het is zo stil in mij, ik heb nergens woorden voor. Het is zo stil in mij. Kom bij me zitten, sla je arm om me heen en hou me stevig vast. Al die gezichten en jij alleen zoals je gisteren was. En vanavond ze zeggen, de waarheid spreekt al uit ons oogcontact. En vanavond tonen wij ons ware gezicht. En het is zo stil in mij, ik heb nergens woorden voor. Het is zo stil in mij en de wereld draait maar door. Het is zo stil in mij, ik heb nergens woorden voor. Het is zo stil in mij. Iedereen kijkt, maar niemand zegt wat hij denkt. Iedereen lijkt, maar niemand is wie je denkt. Stil in mij, zo stil in mij, zo stil in mij, zo stil in mij, zo
Van Dik Hout, Still in My. A song by the Dutch group that was formed in the early 90s in the city Den Haag. A city famous for bringing popular pop groups to the market, like The Golden Earring and Shocking Blue. And, in fact, many more. This was, in fact, the only real hit the group had, although they continued to be there and are still active. It is an icon song and represents the top quality songs that were made in those days in Holland. It is about loss of love relationship, but without anger, and a sort of accepting it in stillness. Written by the lead singer and guitar player, Martin Buitenhuis, who is the one that carries the group. The way he sings and the emotional power he puts in the song makes it into something special. Martin is married but prefers to stay with his family out of the spotlights, and that coincides, in my opinion, with the feeling the song brings forward. Martin is 56 years old, so we can enjoy him for many years to come. A real special song. Sunny by Georgie Fame.
Sunny. Well, yesterday my life was filled with rain. Sunny, you smile at me and really ease the pain. Oh, the dark days are done, the bright days are here. My sunny one shines so sincere. Sunny one so true, I love you. Sunny, thank you for the love you brought my way. You gave to me your all and all. Now I feel 10 feet tall. Well, Sunny one so true, I love you. Sunny, truthful things you said. Sunny, I wanna thank you for the facts from A to Z. 'Cause my life was torn like windblown sand. Then a rock formed when we held hands. The Sunny one so true, I love you. Sunny, thank you
Georgie Fame with Sunny. Again, an icon song on Radio Shelter. Nothing to do, of course, with her earlier song by Sonny and Cher. There, it is sunny, and here it is sunny. The song is written in 1963 by Bobby Hebb, a reaction after the murder of John Kennedy, but also the deaths of his brother in that year. It is an answer of hope on a personal and society drama. He recorded it himself in 1966, the same year when Georgie Fame brought it on the market. It is a sort of soul jazz type of song, with a swinging piano and everything in a relaxed way. Enormous hit by Georgie and went to #1 in the UK. The songwriter Bobby Hebb is from Nashville and was very much into the music already from a young age. Blues, jazz and more. This song is one of the most covered songs ever. For Georgie Fame, it was his biggest hit by far. The coverage by Georgie is more elegant than the one of Hebb. Georgie is British and gave the song a British flavor. As I said, it was covered practically by everyone, such as Boney M., Cher, Frank Sinatra and Stevie Wonder. Georgie Fame had his first hit in 1964 with Yeah Yeah and Get Away. And after the enormous hit Sunny, he gradually disappeared from the top music scene. He died in 2017 at the age of 74. A cover that became much bigger than the original. It happens. And in this case, the writer was proud on the success of Fame. This is the way it should be. We go on to Jimmy Webb with his song Highwayman.
I was a highwayman. Along the coach roads I did ride, with sword and pistol by my side. And many a young maid lost her baubles to my trade, and many a soldier left his lifeblood on my blade. They finally hung me in the spring of 25, but I am still alive. I was a sailor, and I was born upon the tide, and with the sea I did abide. I sailed a schooner round the Horn of Mexico. I went aloft to furl the mainsail in a blow, and when the yards broke off, they say that I got killed. I am living still. I was a dam builder across the river deep and wide, where steel and water did collide. A place called Boulder on the wild Colorado. I slipped and fell into the wet concrete below. They buried me in that great tomb that knows no sound, but I am still around. It all goes round and 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 round. I'll fly a starship across the universe divide, and when I reach the other side, I'll find a place to rest my spirit if I can. Perhaps I may become a highwayman again, or I may simply be a
Highwayman from Jimmy Webb. Jimmy Webb might be not a well-known name for many of you, but he was one of the most influential writers of pop music in the last century, certainly in America. But he wrote for others and not for himself, although he made a few songs like this one. Jimmy was born in 1946 in Oklahoma, USA, and he is still alive. His songwriting is in general touching big items like loss in life, loneliness, traveling. In other words, texts that in fact belong to country songs. When he was young, he moved to Texas, which might explain his words to choose in these songs. As a young guy, he moved to Los Angeles, and with his classical music level, his songs became very popular for other singers like Glenn Campbell. It made him wealthy, and it went wrong when he became a drug addict. So his personal life was not easy. The Highwayman song is written at the end of the 70s and recorded in 1979. His version is a bit sad and almost a sort of art, and it became no hit. In 1985, the group The Highwaymen took the song and made it into a big hit. The song deserves it. The Highwaymen group are four rock country heroes: Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, and Willie Nelson. They brought the song on the level it should be. Last song for tonight is in one way or another special. The tradition on Radio Shelter. And also this evening the case. Caravan of Love, the House Martins.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the time of your life? It's time to stand up and fight. It's alright, it's alright. Hand in hand we'll take a caravan to the motherland. One by one we're gonna stand up with pride, one that can't be denied. Stand up, stand up. From the highest mountain valley low, we'll join together with hearts of gold. Now the children of the world can see this is a better place for us to be. The place in which we were born, so neglected and torn apart. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. I'm your brother. I'm your brother, don't you know? She's my sister. She's my sister, don't you know? We'll be living in a world of peace, in the day when everyone is free. We'll bring the young and the old. Won't you let your love flow from your heart? Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. I'm your brother. I'm your brother, don't you know? sister. She's my sister, don't you know? We're waiting for the caravan. Are you ready? He's coming. Are you ready? He's coming. Are you ready? He's coming. Are you ready? Better get ready. Don't worry. You better get ready. Don't worry. You better get ready. Don't worry. You better get ready. The caravan. Keep waiting. Keep waiting.
Caravan of Love by the House Martins. Just a bit late, but this is a Christmas song for the year 1986 in Britain and reached their number 1. It is about love, about being equal to each other, and about solidarity, but maybe the most against the mentality of the then government with Margaret Thatcher, with this very liberal point of view. The House Martins were, as they called it at that time, left. It went straight on to number 1 in the UK, and therewith it was ahead of all those over-commercial Christmas songs, as this song was purely a cappella. So initially not a big hit potential at all. Written by 3 guys, Ernie Isley, Marvin Isley, and Chris Jesper. It tells about an imaginary caravan where people travel together and love is their binding force. It was the opposite of the, in that time in England, leading feeling of social lack of justice and so more. The House Martins are from Hull in England, and the leader was Paul Heaton, the singer. In 1988, they split up because of, as so often, internal tensions, and Paul wanted to make more songs with a meaning and not so much pop music. They felt caught in their own success. They got about 5 hits in the UK, of which Happy Hour was the second one after Caravan. Paul Heaton then started the group, The Beautiful South, in 1989 and had big hits with this group. Another time we will tell you about it. Paul was born in 1962 and still very active as singer and songwriter and artist. As you know, we play for you well-selected songs from mainly the 60s and the 70s, big hits and forgotten special ones. Some of them you certainly will recognize, as they are still often played or used for commercials and movies. We give a small story with each song. Radio Shelter plays only songs we love, and we hope we please you with our choice. And please do not forget to subscribe to a wonderful Radio Shelter and get every new broadcasting automatically on your device. Next to push on subscribe, you should also push on the bell on the screen to make it all perfect and to enjoy us every Friday. We wish you a good and of course a very safe week on behalf of Radio Shelter, Marina and myself. And please tune in next Friday. And once again, a happy 2026 to everybody. And I'm Tony Eastern. So long.
Привіт усім! Мене звати Настя, і я співачка у дівочому поп-гурті Melody Girls of Ukraine, тут, у Києві. Від щирого серця бажаю кожному з вас доброти, миру та любові.